we need to really focus on the things that we have written down, right? We recently have gotten our own building code, and the Building Act has been now put into law, and we now have to have the type of system that ensure that everyone, if you want to say, is reading from the same sheet of music. And if we can do that as new generations, as new people enter, and even as overseas persons come into Jamaica, we will have documented material that we can say, these are our standards, these are the things that we have preserved in terms of the knowledge that we have gained on projects and how they are adapted to Jamaica. So that to me is a great one. The second thing, as the chairman of PERB has spoken to, is what I call the interconnectivity, right? We need to have greater interconnectivity between our PERBs, our tertiary institutions, and our practitioners, in the sense that the knowledge moves around, like it's examined and studied at the university, what practices that are happening in the field. And in terms of PERB, how are we adapting the rules of PERB to how people come and ask for registration, and also to encourage the registration and enforcement, as you spoke about. And these things have to be interrogated and deliberated and documented finally, I would say, to ensure that we retain that knowledge.
Excellent, thank you very much. You talk about interconnectivity and the role of university in this respect. And I'm going to come back to that a little bit. Sorry, but you also mentioned documenting, and those artifacts are going to be critical to support this kind of a knowledge transfer arrangement. And when I thought back, I remember the North-South, that a particular contractor, the French contractor, was doing the North-South, and what I heard was that there are some geotechnical issues with building, cutting those roads in those hillsides. And I also heard that the particular contractor was not able to deal and design around those technical issues, right? And then I heard as well that another set of contractor came and solved the problem. What I've not heard, what exactly is the problem, right? I've not seen it at UTech, UWI, as a case study where all of us are examining and ensuring that this particular circumstance that led to the problem, or this particular solution that came out of the problem, can be fully understood, permeating our institutions and becoming a part of our standard knowledge. I'm not seeing that, right? Anybody else have kind of gotten an idea of exactly what the problem was? Documented, an artifact? So my question is, and I'm going to pose this to the astute Engineer Walters, who I know reads the paper every day, every morning, and pays attention to what is going on in the country. Right? What role can government and institutions play in providing ownership for this type of responsibility of knowledge transfer in the way that we are trying to describe here in this panel discussion?
All right, so a number of ways that the government has done it. When during the procurement process, there are instances where they give score for participation by nationals, and even more if you're part of the key staff. So the entities who wish to participate and wish to score highly would put in their proposal how they intend to do the knowledge transfer and key staff. Where I spend some of my days at the NWC, we have a co-management program with our non-revenue water. And non-revenue water is it leaks and water that customers steal. Well, there are, everybody's a plumber. They run the line, we don't know about it. So the other party, they bring the technical know-how and equipment. And remember, it's a co-management. So if they have a leak detection technician on their team, we have a leak detection technician that, if you want that shadows. So if the program is going to last 24 months, probably in the first year, you find the overseas experts are leading. But in the second year, you hope, it's the intention, that the locals will be leading in the team meetings, leading in the scheduling of the activities, leading in the technical reports. Because they would have gotten 1 year working closely with the overseas experts. So that's one way the government has done it with co-management, and as I said, putting in bid proposals that a respectable score for knowledge transfer and participation by nationals. You don't want the nationals to just be the draftsman or something. You want nationals to have key positions, working alongside the overseas experts on these assignments.
So co-management, I'll keep that in mind, co-management as a strategy. I'm going to pose this one now to our dear engineer Sweeney. And I've seen contracts, for example, when did a little work with a particular ministry. And when I was going through the contract, I saw, for example, institutional knowledge. And there was an arrangement in the contract for